Youth Advisory Commission.
Oh, sorry, 1 second.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
Thank you so much. All right. Well, again, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Youth Advisory Commission. Today is December 9th, 2021. Thank you all for being here on time. Haven't seen you guys in a while. So with that being said, since Feng-Yi is not here, Rachel, I'll go ahead and hand it off to you.
Okay, hi everyone. Good evening. So I call this meeting to order and go straight into the Pledge of Allegiance, right?
Yeah, so you're going to call the meeting to order and you're going to state the time so that we have it.
I call this meeting to order at 7:02 p.m.
Awesome. And then just as a heads up, everybody, since we are virtual, whenever you do, speak a comment or anything like that, please do state your name so we know that who you are. That would be super helpful. So sorry, go ahead, Rachel. You can move on to item number 2.
Okay. Will everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
Ready? Begin. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. So does everyone have the agenda? Good. Okay. And now roll call. Okay, so when I say your name, please say you're here. Nia. Okay, Crystal.
Here.
Elizabeth.
Here.
Nidhi.
Here.
Chloe.
She's not here this evening.
Feng-Yi.
Also not here.
Rachel. Here. Nitya.
Here.
So when we speak, guys, make sure you guys speak very loudly, just so we can hear you. Sometimes the microphones aren't the best. So, all right, let you move on.
And now we move on to seat alternates. So may I have a motion to approve the seating of Nitya Kaki as an alternate or as a commissioner?
I, Crystal Hong, second that motion.
Okay, I'll vote. Okay, when I say your name, please say aye. Nia?
Aye.
Crystal?
Aye.
Elizabeth?
Aye.
Nidhi?
Aye.
Chloe?
Abstain.
I'll just skip them.
Yeah, yes.
And Rachel? Aye. Okay, motion passes. Okay. That sounds good, right?
Yep, you're good to go. You can go ahead and move on to the next item on the agenda.
Okay, may I have a motion to approve the agenda for tonight, December 9th?
I, Crystal Hong, second that motion.
Do I have to have a first motion or am I the first motion?
You're making the motion and she's just seconding your motion. Yep.
Okay. Now for a vote. Nia?
Correct.
Aye.
Crystal?
Aye.
Elizabeth?
Aye.
Nidhi?
Aye.
Rachel? Aye. And Nitya?
Aye.
Okay.
Motion passed. You're good to move forward.
Okay. May I have a second to my motion to approve the meeting minutes from October 14th?
I, Nidhi Kaki, second that motion.
And then just to clarify, so in order for you to vote on the item for the meeting minutes, you would had to have been present on the October 14th meeting. So if you were not present, you would abstain. So you can go ahead and go to your vote.
Okay. Nia?
Aye.
Crystal?
Aye.
Elizabeth?
Aye.
Nidhi?
Aye.
Rachel? Aye. Nitya?
Aye.
So Nydia, since you weren't in the last meeting, you're actually going to abstain.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we'll start it all over again. So you can go ahead and call for your motion, second, and then we'll go through the vote.
Okay. May I have a motion to approve the agenda, the meeting minutes from October 14th?
I, Nidhi Cocky, second that motion.
Nia,
Aye.
Crystal,
Aye.
Elizabeth,
Aye.
Nidhi,
Aye.
Rachel, I, and Nitya.
Well, I apologize, Nitya. I was reading through the wrong minutes, so you actually can vote. I'm sorry. You can go ahead and move forward with your aye. I'm sorry.
Aye.
Thank you. Apologize, everybody.
That's all right. Do we have any comments from public forum?
Let's see. I do not see anyone there for the public comments. No, so we can go ahead and move forward.
Okay. Next, we have announcements.
I do not have any general announcements for this evening. We can move forward.
Okay, so now we move on to business items. So A, work plan 2021 to 22 review, background. At the beginning of each fiscal term, the Youth Advisory Commission develops a work plan for the upcoming term. This plan encompasses goals for the Commission. Preparation of this work plan will be presented to City Council for approval. Recommendation: create a timeline for all items on the work plan to be completed. This timeline should include dates, times, and venues. So,
And you'll keep reading through the item. Yeah, item number.
1, approved by City Council on October 19th, 2021. 2, event planning, health and mental wellness, Fengi Huang, Plumber, Gupte, coding competition, Fengi Huang, Kaki Jiang. Sorry. Is that?
You can just read off. We'll just go through them one by one. So we'll start off with the mental health awareness, health and mental awareness. So I know that in that meeting, in the September meeting, we got figured out as far as who our subcommittees were. So what we really are looking to do in this particular item here and then the following two items is we need to start looking at what are some potential dates. We also want to talk about some potential ideas of what we want to do. We're going to want to also think of partners that we potentially are going to want to work with. In reference to the health and mental wellness planning, it doesn't particularly need to be a singular event. It can be something that can be done over time. If you wanted to look at an opportunity to pass out information that can be given out, to folks or things of that sort, it doesn't specifically have to be an event, but it's completely up to you guys. So let's go ahead and start discussing that. So we can start off with those that are in the subcommittee and let's talk about some ideas you have in reference to those items.
So do we need to come up with events pertaining to the subject?
Yes, so we're going to want to talk about what specifically you would like to do. We're going to want to look at when potentially is a good time this year and also potentially brainstorm locations. And this could be progressive where we create action items and things of that sort to come back to with our next meeting.
Okay. So I believe it's Nia, me, and Fangi on that health and mental wellness subcommittee. Do you guys have, Nia, do you have any ideas? I know finals is coming up, but that's right around the corner, so it might be too late to do something for that.
For our finals? When is your finals?
It's next week.
Okay. So again, this is a fiscal work plan, so this can be until the end of the fiscal year. So that would carry us all the way to June 30th.
Okay.
So So it's a good opportunity for everybody to speak up if you guys have some ideas, things that you would like to see pertaining to these particular areas. We're really going to want to drill down some good information today, get some good ideas of dates, locations, and things you like to do, because we're going to have to start getting these things in motion to allow for ourselves time to actually get them done.
So are we like brainstorming ideas for the event itself, or like when the event is going to be too?
So it's everything. You guys have to work on all of these items. And again, like I said, it's really up to you as to how you want to address it. You know, the work plan, you're wanting to address health and mental wellness. So again, it can be an in-person event opportunity, or it can be something that you guys put out information that's given out. I know that what we did last year, for the last YAC, I think we had passed out we did a finals giveaway. Rachel, I know that you remember that, to where we had little notes that had kind of information, kind of encouraging information and things of that sort. You guys can go something along those lines, or you guys can think bigger and do like a large scale event. It's really up to you. Just remember, I think that what's important is that we are focused on balancing these three things, because you don't want to overwhelm yourself with too much events. And I know that's something that you're going to want to think about in reference to also your school load and stuff like that as well. So let's take the time to discuss what are some good ideas that you guys have in reference to this. And also let's start to really drill down when we want to try to execute these by.
Okay, so we could do something for spring finals for the health and mental wellness subcommittee. Do you
Okay.
guys have any ideas for what we could do for that?
I'm not part of the subcommittee for the health and mental wellness.
I can't really hear you that well, Crystal. Can you speak up a little louder?
I'm not part of the health and mental wellness committee, but I have an idea. Maybe we could make something like something with fitness, or maybe we could do some sort of like presentation, because there's not really a lot of things that go well with health and mental wellness, like as an event that we can do.
Okay, so you don't specifically have to be a part of the subcommittee to participate in the conversation. This is for the entire commission to do so, just so that everyone's aware. So you're saying that you wanted to do something sort of like a presentation style of fitness. Yeah, do you guys have any other ideas kind of building off that, or did we have some other avenues we wanted to address?
We could try to like address different parts of mental wellness and like do like physical activities help with mental health, and then there's also like meditation and stuff. So we could do like a series of smaller activities that were like as part of a series that are like things to better your mental health.
That's a good idea. That's a great idea. Go ahead, Nidhi. So I think you know, with that being said, it's a good opportunity to maybe put together maybe some materials that can be given out in preparation for spring. Maybe a good idea to think about those spring finals and what are some things that can help you with your you know, health and mental wellness going into finals. It could be something similar like how we did the care packages, where they have tips and tricks on things that can help you during those times and things of that sort. That's a good option too.
I think the guided meditation idea is a really good idea. I think like having a person like be there to help you like practice meditation, because I think meditation is like a really good way to cope with stress and stuff. So I think introducing that to younger kids would be a good idea.
So is this something you physically want to put on as an event, or is this something you want to provide tips and tricks? Because remember, we also have coding competition and spelling bee, which are going to be in-person events, which will take a little bit of a larger piece too. So I'm just trying to make you all aware of ensuring that you're not overwhelming yourself.
I think meditation and like yoga going along with that, possibly. I don't think that's too much of work. It's kind of like sometimes it's just putting on a video or like getting an instructor to come do it, and then you're just there and you do it along with the other people there. I don't know, but
So how would you like to execute it? So what's all of your visions when we're talking about this? What are we looking at? Let's try and get real specific. I know everyone's kind of on the spot. I want everyone to feel that you guys can speak freely, and have the opportunity to speak more in depth on it, because having the small idea is great. We do need to really kind of get in depth though as to how we want to execute for moving forward, because we don't want to take this to the next meeting with stuff not kind of, the wheels not turning, if you will.
Honestly, I was thinking more of a tips and tricks as per meditation, because I'm not sure how big of an appeal like meditation yoga would be as compared to the coding competition, the spelling bee.
Okay,
yeah, we
anybody
could just do
else?
tips
Go ahead,
and
Rachel,
tricks.
sorry.
Yeah, we could just do a tips and tricks thing. Like resources, like these are great places to find meditation and yoga videos or whatever.
Maybe it's something that we can work on putting together, like a handout, like we were saying, or things of that sort, to ensure that you're getting the information out, and we can maybe host a day where we're passing them out at your prospective schools, or we can have the centralized location of the teen center where people can pick them up. That is completely up to you. What do you all think is best?
I think passing them out at school is highly effective. I know like when the high school came to the middle school to pass out things, it like really helped them recruit. So just like in general, if we're just passing them out at our own schools, if we have like a table and we have like a certain lunch date where we pass stuff out and we like also give out little candies or something, then that like generates a lot more knowledge about the fact that this commission exists and we're working to better the lives, I guess, of teens.
Great. No, that's a great point. You have some good information here. I think we're starting to kind of etch away at it. So with that being said, what I'm understanding is we're going to want to put together some sort of tips and tricks kind of giveaway. And, that could be print that can be handed out, and we can kind of give that out at the schools. Is there a particular time that we're looking at, time frame? Obviously, I don't know if everyone's out at lunch in the cold weather right now. We may want to think fast forward. Is there something coming up that you guys have at school where it's a popular period where there's other tables that are out and things of that sort?
I don't think anything's coming up because of finals, but after winter break is over, there's probably going to be something happening. Like Clog Rush, Winter Clog Rush, which is our club rush, will be happening after winter break. And
Do we know when that is?
I'm not entirely sure, but I can find out.
Okay. So I think that that's an actual good action plan. That's something that's attainable, that the subcommittee can work on in reference to the items. This is something that we can completely do, Rachel, just like how we did at the sports center where we put together these bags. That's stuff that we can put together here for you guys to have. I think one action item that we can take away, Rachel, is if you can check in and see when that is with the activities director to see when that will be, and let's have the conversation of seeing if we can have a table at that site to give out information for that, and I think that's highly effective for sure. And it may be a good opportunity for us to start researching into what this tips and trick booklet, if you will, is going to look like, and how you want it put together. And since it's going to be past the winter, we do have some time. I think it's in the spring, if I'm correct. I think that the club rush is more towards like April. I think. I may be wrong.
We're trying to recruit people for the semester, so it's typically at the beginning
Okay, so are we talking January or February?
Probably like January,
Okay,
maybe
so
mid-January.
our next meeting is January 13th. So we would have to put some things in motion to get that going now. I think what may be a good idea is if we start coming together with the information, start working on it so that we can have it ready probably by that first week of January. And then if we can get together as a group like we did last time, and then, you know, put everything together so that you guys are prepared for that. And then you'll hopefully have an answer by this week, if not next week, as far as when that is.
Okay, cool.
So I think, you know, since that is an action you guys are looking to take, if you guys want to, you know, take a vote on that, that's something that you guys want to do, then we can go ahead and do so.
Okay. So may I have a second to the motion to put out a handout for mental health and wellness and to give it out at our schools?
I, Crystal Huang, second that motion.
Okay, thank you. Now for a vote, Nia? Crystal?
I,
Elizabeth?
Aye.
Nidhi?
Aye.
Rachel? Aye. Nitya?
Aye.
Motion passes.
All right. So we can go ahead and move on to the next item.
So now onto coding competition, which is Fengi Huang, Kaki, and Jiang.
All right, awesome. So I wanted to give you guys a kind of an idea of what we did in the past. We generally held this in the spring, closer to the springtime, the coding competition. And the last time we did it was in 2019. As you guys can read here on this print, the competition was held in 2 divisions, which was a 7 through 9 and then a 10 through 12. And basically it is, you know, you guys would, or they had completed a series of programming challenges and accumulated points. And then the 3 contestants with the most points at the end of the contest were declared winners. This was a pretty successful competition. And I think that they did partner with another company to help with this process. There is partners out there in the Milpitas area that I believe would be happy to do so. And I think it would be smart if we started to make a contact for whom that would be. And then tentatively look at what time of the year we wanted to do something like this. We can follow the same kind of structure. It was free for Milpitas residents, and then $20 for non-residents at that point in time, to which we had a prize and things of that sort. So if we wanted to, we could talk about this as a fundraising opportunity where it's a paid event. And that would allow you to raise some funds, because as we'll discuss through the agenda, we will need to look at some fundraising events to get us built up on the YAC scholarship. So does anyone have any ideas on potential partners that they can think of? And also if we wanted to follow kind of the same timeline and thought process. If this is something we wanted to do, we would definitely want to have this figured out by the January meeting as we come to the next meeting, so that we can get these wheels in motion. We have to make a flyer and we have to mark it and get all the information out.
So does someone else typically run like the entire competition?
You can find a partner. There is coding groups that are around. I don't know if there's potentially a group at like the high school, a club that would potentially be interested in that. There's also like Coding Dojo and like some other groups that potentially would want to do that. So that's where the outreach would be and the research would be good for this subcommittee to look into seeing who these potential partners could be.
Okay. And then do you think we could do something like $10 for residents, 20 for non-residents?
So the non-resident fee is actually $25 now. So however that's done, you know, it can be, the fees could be $5, the fee could be $10 per person. That is up to you all to kind of think of and decide. But I think that that's a feasible fee that'll allow you to do some fundraising.
Okay.
So does anyone have any comments on that? We're going to want to think of potential partners, also timeline, when we think when may be a good idea. We do have the space to do it at the teen center. So we would just need to kind of know the back end information to which the research would need to be done basically between now and our next meeting.
Are the partners only limited to those in Milpitas, or can we look beyond that?
Not necessarily, no. That's completely up to you. Whoever's willing to participate and help. Obviously, we do prefer that if they're available too. Like I said, I think it's a good idea to see if there's like a coding club that would be interested in helping out with that. However, if we need to expand our reach beyond that, that's okay. And that's where the research comes into play. Do we have a timeline that we're looking at? What's a good month? We're going to want to consider testing schedules and all that jazz. And then also consider that we're looking to do a spelling bee as well. So when we want to give ourselves some good time to plan and prepare, and also give us time to market, but also be aware of your testing schedules and things of that sort.
Would it be possible for it to be lower than 7th grade?
That's up to you. Because if you go into 6th grade, then you're getting into the elementary level. And if you wanted to have an elementary level grouping, that is completely up to you.
We could have like a 4 through 6 or 5 through 6 level if you guys want that. But that would also mean more childcare responsibilities. Like there'll be more children there, which can be distracting. So we might want to have multiple rooms or something. Just things to keep in mind.
So there is multiple spaces at the teen center. We have the large auditorium. We have 2 classrooms. We have an art room, and we have another classroom as well. So there is definitely space to do it if that's something we're looking to do.
I was thinking because I've seen like a place called Coder School, I think, but the people they teach are younger than 7th grade. I think their highest is 14-year-old, but that's like on the verge of kind of around there. So I was thinking, could we have like a 4th through 6th, because those are the intermediate ages, and then like a group of 7 through like 9, and then 10 through 12, and then that way we could have like a bigger variety of them.
All right, so we're looking at 3 divisions. So 4 to 6, 7 to 9, 10 to 12. Okay, does that sound good with everybody? And what about time frame? We're going to want to talk time frame. When do we want to look to do this? And we want to give ourselves a good amount of time to be able to plan and get this complete.
Do we want to do March again?
I think March should be good, like somewhere after the February break. So the spring break in February would be nice.
So let's look at the calendar. So if we're looking in March, The last time it was done on a Saturday. We do have a few Saturdays in March. Is there a specific one we want to look at? There's the 5th, the 12th, 19th, and 26th. I think it's also always a good idea to have it after a commission meeting too, because that allows you to get together some last minute details if you need to do so. So our meeting that month is March 10th.
Okay. We want to do it like, did you say the 15th?
So there's the 12th, 19th, and 26th. Those are the Saturdays.
The 19th sounds like a good date, but what do you guys think?
I think it's a good date too. But should we consider the time?
Say that again.
Should we consider like the time frame? That's gonna be.
Yeah, we want to set a date. We want to talk about the times and things of that nature. So we said March 19th. Is that what you said, Rachel?
Mm-hmm.
Is everyone okay with that? Does anybody have any alternate ideas? And if not, let's think about the time. It's a good opportunity for you all to participate and speak up, with your ideas. I think it's very important that you all, take the opportunity to do so, since we're all going to be working on this together.
I think that I'm not sure, but maybe around 2 to 3, like 2:30, we could start it around that time. But because there's like instead of 2 like different groups, we have 3, so maybe we can make it a bit longer. But not.
Or do we want to stagger the divisions?
We could stack them, but like I think it still should be a bit longer so there's more space.
Yeah,
Or
we
do
can come up with a time frame. I think that would be good. And then, like you said about staggering, I think that that's a good idea too, because that allows you, because ultimately with you guys as the commission, you're probably going to be assigned to help different divisions, and also just general coordination and things that are going on during that time. So you said, Crystal, you said 2:30.
Yeah, maybe like 2:30 to 5:30. It's just like half an hour more than before.
So what I would suggest is I would probably do, I would want to leave some time in front to allow people to kind of straggle in if there's any issues. So we could say, 2:30 is the start time. That allows people to get registered and get set up. Competition starts at 3 o'clock, and we can put it till 6 p.m. But if we don't necessarily hit that time, that's okay. So 2:30 to 6 sound feasible? And again, like we said, as we go, if we need to make changes, we can do so. But we definitely want to get, the general gist of things down. Does all of the information look good as far as the details of this flyer? We have a good kind of template here that we can follow, and we can just change some things up. I think what's going to be important is to figure out who it's going to be hosted through. And that's where that research is going to come into play for the subcommittee. Is everyone else good with the information?
Did we want to think about possibly making it even longer and having different windows of time for different divisions?
Yeah, actually, I agree with having different time frames for different age groups, because then it would be easier to manage. So with that said, I think we should lengthen the coding competition time.
So just as a rough draft, do you think maybe for the youngest division, 4th through 6th grade, we could do 2:30 to 4, and then for 7th through 9th, we could do 3:30 to 5:30, and for 10th through 12th, we could do 5:30 to 7:30 or something?
Yeah, I
And
think that would work.
They could overlap a little bit.
I think it's better that they overlap by like 30 minutes just so that the next group, like they can have time to register and everything so they can get like straight right into it when it actually starts.
Yeah. So then the last one could be like 5 to 7.
Okay, so 2:30 to 4, 3:30 to 5:30, 5 to 7.
Mhm.
And what we can do is we can facilitate it in different rooms if we need to. It will all base upon how we do registration. So I would have to get this, out, and we would have to create an activity for us internally so that people can register. So now that we have all that kind of figured out, let's talk registration. So what are we thinking is a good kind of cost? I think, Fong, can you switch over to the second flyer for me really quickly? And then we can kind of see with our spelling bee, what was the cost that we did for that to fundraise.
Sorry, we keep forgetting to say our names before.
It's okay. It's okay. So when we did our spelling bee in 2017, it looks like we did a $5 registration fee and a $5 admission fee. So we can go ahead and take that down, Fong, and we can actually, you can stop sharing. So what do we think is good for this competition? Is $5? I know that you'd mentioned $10. Rachel, what do we kind of want to settle on?
Any ideas?
I think $5 would be better because like a lot of prices are going up right now. Like inflation's happening really quickly. So I think a lower amount of money might be better, but I'm not really sure about that because
Any other thoughts?
If we're all good on that, we can move forward. If anybody has any objections, this is a good time to speak.
So that would be 5 for residents, 25 for non-residents.
I think it would actually be 30 because it's a $25 fee. So this will definitely, create more of a resident driven project for sure. And this will all be facilitated registration through ActiveNet, which is the system that we use to register participants for different activities. So we would be able to manage registration and know who's registered and break them down into different divisions and things of that sort already. So that wouldn't be a problem.
Okay. Does anybody else have any other thoughts?
All right, so if you don't have any other thoughts, we can actually move forward with, you guys can vote on that, on the details. Obviously we're going to want to present the date, the time, the amount of divisions, and then the fees. And if
Okay. So just a little summary, right?
yes.
Okay. So could I have a second for the motion to have a coding competition on Saturday, March 19th, 2022, with the divisions of grades 4 through 6, 7 through 9, and 10 through 12, with fees of $5 for residents, $30 for non-residents, and with times of 2:30 to 4 p.m. for the 4th through 6th grade division, 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. for the 7th to 9th grade division, and from 5 to 7 p.m. for the 10th to 12th grade division. Could I have a second?
I, Crystal Huang, second that motion.
Okay. And for a vote, Nia? Crystal?
I,
Elizabeth?
Aye.
Nidhi?
Aye.
Rachel? Aye. And Nitya?
Aye.
Motion passes. Okay, and moving on, we have our spelling bee, which is Crystal Huang, Plummer, and Gupta.
Fong, if you can share that flyer for us again, please. Thank you. So this will be another good opportunity for us to, to fundraise. Another good opportunity. This event was very well received the last time we did this, and this was driven towards elementary school students. So again, same kind of concept. We're going to want to think about when we're going to want to have it. We can follow the same structure since it's kind of already here. This helps us with doing so. And then we're going to want to think about obviously fees, and then kind of what's the parameters we can kind of work on as we go. But the beef of the information we need as far as when we want to do it, we know where we want to do it, what time we want to do it, and things of that sort.
Okay, so they had this.
So it's held again we held this at the teen center, which is always a good spot. Like we said, we have the space to do so. And this was held with two different divisions, a 1st through 3rd grade and a 4th through 6th.
I'm not seeing a date on here. I'm seeing
This was held, it was held in January. It doesn't have to be held in January. We can, again, you're planning something for March, so you may want to look to something a little bit further. April, May, that's what I would highly suggest, but also again, be aware of your testing schedules and things of that sort, because we do need time to plan this.
Yeah, some things happen in May. So does April sound good for most people? Is there a break during that month? Don't want to infringe on a break.
April. I don't see anything in April as far as breaks on my end. You guys potentially would know better. I know that there's some testing at the end of the month for the middle schools.
Okay.
But again, this would be more privy to all of your schedules, because you'll need to be there. And then as far as the school level, they're in school that entire month. So last time it was done on a Friday. I'm sorry, go ahead.
There's a spring break from the 11th to the 15th.
Okay, so we're gonna want to nix that weekend. Again, our meeting that month is on the 14th. So maybe a good idea to look at the week of the 18th. Potentially, we can look at a Friday again or a Saturday. Friday was pretty popular because they were able to do it after school.
We could
last year, I'm sorry?
We could do the 22nd or continue.
The 22nd. Okay. So last year, or I'm sorry, the last time it was done, they held it in two separate spaces, the senior center and then the community center, which are actually right next door to each other. They're within like 20 feet walking distance. We can follow the same thing if we want. It definitely does make it easier in reference to, setup, because then you don't have to break down one to get one set up. You can kind of have both set up, and then basically the commission would, break off into two to help plan and prepare. So does anybody have any more feedback in reference to the date, or are we good with April 22nd?
And that is a Friday.
That is a Friday, yes. And we're also going to want to think times and if we're okay with the same kind of time structure that we had last time. And again, this will be, this one is a little different with registration. I believe we did registration, an in-person registration rather than an ActiveNet registration. Let's see. Yeah, so it was submitted at our sports center and our community center. So it would not be through our ActiveNet. I believe, or register online, registration makes me so. I'll double check that actually. I'll confirm how the registration was done, but So let's see here. So we said March 20, or I'm sorry, April 22nd. Are we good with the times? Do we want to follow the same structure? And do we want to follow the same location structure?
I think locations are good. And the time is good, but can we move it up by like half an hour? Just so it's done a little earlier.
So 5 to 6:30 and 6:45 to 8:15.
Yes.
Okay. Is everyone okay with that? Does anybody have any objections? Again, good opportunity for you all to speak up.
We could do 7 to 8:30, so it's less awkward.
Sure. Anybody else? Comments? Okay, so sounds like we want to follow the same structure as far as the locations. So first through third grade, we're looking at 5 p to 6:30. And this will be held at the community center. And then the 4 through 6, 7 to 8:30 at the seniors at the teen center. Okay, and then registration. Are we looking to follow kind of the same suit? $5 registration.
Mhm.
Okay, so we have all that information. Let's go ahead, and if we're good with this, you can go ahead and push this forward to take a vote to clarify everything. So the floor is whomever's.
Does anybody else want to make a thought? Okay, so shall I make a motion?
If you want to go ahead and move forward, yes, you can go ahead and do so.
So I would like, can I get a second to my motion to put on a spelling bee on Friday, April 22nd, 2022 for first to sixth graders with a $5 registration fee with divisions of first through third from 5 to 6:30 at the community center and fourth through sixth grades from 7 to 8:30 p.m. at the teen center. Can I get a second?
Did you mention the fee? Sorry. Okay, cool.
I, Crystal Huang, second that motion.
Okay. And for a vote, Nia? Crystal?
I,
Elizabeth?
Aye.
Nidhi?
Aye.
Rachel? Aye. And Nitya?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Great. So for those of you that are in that subcommittee, you're going to want to start thinking about those words and a little bit more details, and then we'll come back in our January meeting with more information. So please do look to work on those items.
Do we have to come up with our own word list?
Yes, we would have to come up with a word list.
Okay.
All right, we can go ahead and stop sharing the flyer, Fong, if you don't mind. And then we can go ahead and move forward.
Okay. Okay, so B is Teen Center events. Background. Each year, the Youth Advisory Commission partners with the Milpitas Teen Center to host, assist in planning, and promoting events for the Milpitas teens. Recommendation. Recap, feedback of YAC Teen Center Halloween event, and review of future opportunities. Okay. Oh yes, no, wait, that's next.
Yep, you're good. You can move on to item C. Yep.
Okay. C, volunteer opportunities. 1, holiday magic on Main Street. Teen night, reindeer games.
Oh, actually, I apologize. Sorry, Rachel. You're right. If we can, I definitely wanted to take the opportunity to talk with the group to see how the Halloween event went. This is a good opportunity to bring up what worked, what didn't work, how things went, and what you guys all thought of the event. I just kind of wanted to review it with you all.
It was fun.
So for all of you that attended, I would love to hear kind of what your thoughts were, what you liked, what you maybe didn't like, and things of that sort.
I guess I'll start. I liked getting to meet you all. It was great seeing you guys in person. And it was fun to just help out and eat candy and pizza and just like talk with you guys. And helping clean up was fun because you guys were there. But I think we could have done a better job trying to get teens to the event. I still don't know if a lot of people know that the teen center exists or where it is, because some people had trouble finding it. And also we had a lot of little kids come because it had gone out in a recreation email. And so parents brought their little children because it said it was family friendly. And so there wasn't a whole lot of publicity at the school, even though I did get it in the morning announcements and out in an email. Most kids don't check that. So it just, not a lot of teens came.
Okay, so with that being said, that's a good opportunity to have a little bit of a talking point to see for the future. You know, obviously you all get these communications and you say that people don't check them and things of that sort. Like, let's talk about, you know, what could be some better opportunities for moving forward. Obviously, as some of you will still be serving on the commission moving forward. And then also as ideas for, you know, those that continue on or that we get new.
Thoughts?
Maybe we can try putting flyers on school bulletin boards and putting stuff on your social media.
Okay. And you guys can keep talking. Sorry, I'm just taking notes.
Okay. Is the city allowed to have like official like Instagram accounts?
So the recreation department does have one.
Okay.
That we have posted through before, and we do share information through there. I think one good thing to point out too is being that you all are commissioners at the commission. When we do get flyers and things of that sort, you guys can share that with your commissions, since you are, you know, kind of our gateway to the teens and to the youth, to get that information out to your classmates and things of that sort. And obviously we're gonna, as we prepare for these other events and things of that sort, we're gonna do a better job at ensuring that you all have the information to give out, you know, being kind of those folks, that the boots on the ground, if you will. So that's definitely something we're gonna want and need to take advantage of. Any other ideas? Any other comments on how things went? And I wasn't there, so I'm taking what you guys give me as the information. So.
So I'll talk, I guess. So I liked how everyone was like kind of helping around and how people were actually having quite a lot of fun. Like the paint night was, a lot of people did the paint night and it looked like a really big hit. But I think I'm not sure about the fact that we're using so many electronics, because like everyone at home, we used like a lot of electronics. Like we did the Kahoot electronically, the movie was electronic, and there was also games on the side that were also like using like Xbox and stuff like that. But like most people, when they come to events like these, they usually don't use that many electronics, and like it's bad for your eyes because nowadays in school people use it, at work people use it, and I feel like I've been seeing more people in glasses nowadays. So I feel like it would be better if we had less electronic like devices that went around doing electronic games and stuff like that. I'm not saying we shouldn't have them, but I think it would be better if we had like a little bit less and more like actual activities that people could do.
So you're saying that people come to these events to like get off of their screens, so we should provide more like engaging activities off of screens, right?
I'm not saying that they come to these events like to get off their screens, but I think it'd be better for that, because like nowadays people are just stuck to their electronic devices, which harms their mental health and stuff like that. So I think it would be better if we had activities off of devices like these.
Okay. All right. Does anybody else have any other feedback before we move forward? Okay, we can go ahead and move forward onto the next item.
Okay. So C, volunteer at opportunities. Holiday Magic on Main Street. December 17th, there is a teen night reindeer games from 4 to 9.
Yeah, so I reached out to the commission in reference to this. We will be having a teen night at Holiday Magic on Main Street. This event actually started on December 4th and it's running all the way till December 19th. So there's some different theme days, things of that sort. I encourage everyone to go down and check it out if you have some time. We are specifically having a teen night to where we will have a game truck out. There will be a cakewalk that we'll be doing. There'll be a Kahoot that's going to be going on. There's going to be some other activities that we're going to be doing. So I think it would be a good opportunity. And I encourage you as commissioners to come on out for that. If you're interested, you can reach out to me directly and I can talk to you about it so that we can go over it. It looks like Nidhi is joining us. Can't see you if you don't mind taking off the filter so I can see. But I encourage that would be a good opportunity for everyone to come out. So if you all are interested, please do reach out to me. Would love to have you. And we will be talking more about other volunteer opportunities as they become available. So again, if you're interested, please do let me know. You can email me directly and we can get you set up to help volunteer. Let's see. All right, so you can go ahead and move on, Rachel.
Okay. So D, Youth Advisory Scholarship. Background. Each term, the Youth Advisory Commission awards a service scholarship to a deserving Milpitas resident who is a high school student, junior or senior outgoing standing. The scholarship in the past was $500 and is annual, presented in June at a city council meeting. YAC members are not eligible for this scholarship. Recommendation. Commissioners to discuss events and fundraising opportunities to generate for this scholarship fund based on 2021 to 22 work plan.
Yeah, so obviously we have two fundraising opportunities as far as these events we're looking to do, which is great. We will be looking to send out the information for the Youth Advisory Scholarship that would go out after the new year to where everyone can go ahead and apply. This is something that you as a commission will select the winner of the scholarship based upon the information that we provide. With that being said, is there any other fundraising opportunities that we want to think of that we potentially can do to help build this fund again, because it was depleted with our last scholarship? And again, this can be a working conversation. We can start to think about this as far as, raising these funds. Obviously, we do have two opportunities to raise funds. So if there is another one, we can most definitely bring that to the next meeting. I definitely encourage you all to start thinking about what that could be. So if you guys don't have ideas now, that's totally okay. And if you guys don't, we can move forward.
Does anybody have a thought? Okay, moving on to city liaison reports.
So from my end, again, we do have the Holiday Magic on Main Street. I encourage you to come out and check things out. There is a synthetic ice rink that is out there. We have some other vendors. We showcase movies. There's different performances and things of that sort. There is snow at 5 and 7 p.m., which has been pretty cool, pretty big hit for the kids and things of that sort. You can bring out your families, your friends. would be a good opportunity to talk about the teen night to your classmates as well, and people that you know to come out. And as far as that, that's the report for that. And then I just wanted to thank and congratulate you all on a successful Halloween teen event. I heard that it went really, really well. There was a lot of people there. So I congratulate you all and thank you for your hard work on that. But that's all I have to report for today.
Okay. Report from city staff. Was that you just now?
There could be another. I don't think we have any other, so we can go ahead and move forward.
And then report from council member, which is not present.
Yes, not present this evening, so you can move on to the next.
Okay, so upcoming agenda items, YAC scholarship process.
Yes, so we'll bring that up again as we're talking about coming up with ideas and things of that sort. Let's start to really brainstorm ideas and be prepared for the next meeting to bring that. And yeah.
Okay. And then work plan execution planning.
Yep. So I kind of mimic the same thing with that. I encourage you all to come prepared with ideas and plans. I also do encourage you all to be active and participate so that we can get a really good conversation and things going as we go through, so that we can get all of your feedback as we move forward through the year. But that's all I have on that. And if we've got nothing else,
then
Rachel, you can go ahead and move to an adjournment.
So I, Rachel Plummer, motion to adjourn this meeting at 8:02 p.m. on December 9th. Can I get a second?
I, Crystal Huang, second that motion.
Okay, motion passes. Meeting adjourned.
Yeah, you actually didn't have to do a motion. You can just call it adjournment, but I'll let you guys go ahead. So everyone have a great evening. Thank you so much. And I will see you guys in a month.
Okay.
Everyone take
Thank
care.
you guys. See you guys. Bye. Have a good night.